Oh boy. Oh geez. Here we go again.
Israel attacking Iran is a preemptive strike after declaring Israel is currently striking Iran's capital, Tehran. Israel attacking Iran is a preemptive strike after declaring a state of emergency. That's some girls? Okay. Okay, let's watch this. Oh, I guess it must have blown up. So this is in Tehran? Nothing ever happens? I mean, I feel like I feel like it's it's happening. Like, you look at that, it's just smoke. Well, I mean, what do you think it is? I mean, how do you think you think somebody just lit a fire? Nothing ever happens. Chud defeated. Oh man. True, man. Like, that's the way I would feel too. Holy fuck.
So apparently, Israel is attacking Iran, and, they said that they had. Oh, I don't know. This is my first reaction to this, but hearing that Israel is attacking Iran, it's just like, why? Why even do that? Why? I mean, unless there is like a serious threat, an actionable threat, like you can, 100% without a doubt, Israel is getting nuked or severely attacked or something. The thing that concerns me is why, of course America is going to get involved. Of course Trump is going to get involved with this. We've been backing them up for years on end, decades on end, helping them out, and getting involved with these stupid wars all over the place in the Middle East and stuff. How is that helping America? How is that defending Americans' freedoms? The US military is supposed to be here to defend and protect the United States from threats, both foreign and domestic. Now, why would the US military, led by Donald Trump, why would they do that? Why would they go, okay, yeah, let's defend Israel? When it's actually an enabling tactic. Bibi knows that he can get away with anything, so he is just. I mean, you can see it. Like, I can see it in his face, I can see it. Like, there's just. We all think about, certain wars as being just wars. Like, just as in correct, as in right. But I I'm done. I just can't. I just Why the hell is blowing up some foreign country, blowing up some brown people or black people or this color or that color? Why is that any of America's business? Are these people attacking directly the United States of America? I mean, seriously, why are we getting involved in this shit? It's just so irritating to me. Like, that we feel the need to intervene, to be interventionists, to get involved in things that are none of our business. Same thing with Russia and Ukraine. I mean, it's just the same crap over and over again. But Russia's a big country, Ukraine's a small country, so we have to go in and fight for the small guys. No, you don't. Let Russia, take over. I don't give a shit. I don't care if, I mean, because what, like, Zelensky, we all saw how he behaved at the White House, right? We all saw how he acted, very foolishly, very arrogantly. Oh, you'll do what I say, President Trump. So just, f off or whatever. You know, it's just the way that he treated us, treated the president. No, thank you. No, we appreciate it. No, we're grateful. This is something that JD Vance nailed him on, which was, just if you're going to accept our help, at least be grateful. At least, show some cooperation in the effort to negotiate and work out a peace deal. No, he still does provocative shit, just like BB does. You know, um, I've heard some rumors about him about how he almost got um dethroned or not reelected, so he had to come up with a nationalist strategy to kind of press upon the Palestinians. Not that I'm a fan of the Palestinians either. I don't I don't care for the Palestinians, but I do see that they are being genocided. I mean, I can see that they're, being what they did to Gaza is just insane. They leveled so much, so many apartment buildings, houses. I mean, with like bunker busters and all this, and sure, okay, if you want to say, okay, they're trying to get down to the bunkers and whatever, um, but that doesn't mean that you bomb 90% of their infrastructure. I mean, it's just insane. Like, there's other ways to do that. So, this is what makes me upset. I'm like, let's just mind our own business and let's just not even get involved with this crap because if Netanyahu and if Zelensky know that they don't have the backing of the US, how likely are they to keep poking the bear? How likely are they going to be to keep provoking, keep pushing things, keep, instigating fights if they know that they don't have our support? And if that's made clear to them, I bet all this trauma, this international foreign relation trauma, goes away. That's my bet. Anyway, let's continue.
I mean,
And of course, there's an appeal from BB to the American people. Like, he wants the support of the American people to think that this is a just war when it's not.
it seems like, these are like, it's a peaceful preemptive strike. Oh, wait. Are these bombs freedom of speech? I think they might be. Oh, no.
Freedom bombs. We want you
I feel
to
like this is
die for
the
Palestine.
this is the resounding opinion that a lot of people have about this, is that they don't want to have this shit happen, right? PC games give Stellar Blade a 6 out of 10. I'll complain about that tomorrow. I feel like World War III is a little bit more relevant. How is this America's problem? I mean, like, I don't want to see, like, the thing is, like, if the Ukraine attacks have shown anything, it's that we don't need to have, like, US troops go over there to even have a military interaction with them, right? I mean, like even if the
That is true. That is true. Like, I mean, sure, sending supplies, sending weapons, sending armor, sending drones. Yeah, that's all, that's all support. That all impacts. So we don't even have to have. That is true. You don't actually have to have the troops in the Middle East or in Ukraine to actually make a difference in the war effort.
U.S. military wanted to get involved, like, okay, send a few flying lawnmowers over there, send the fucking drones. Like, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, send it. Yeah, bro. Like, let's just literally phone this shit in. You know. All right. Okay. Okay. This is the nuclear, and all right. Boom. Okay. Problem solved.
Asmongold has a good way of putting things. Not that I think I still disagree with him. I mean, I don't think we should lend any material support, even if it's money, if it's drones, if it's weapons. I don't. I don't think condoning aggression in the global stage is a good thing. I mean, I always try to, meditate on international peace and peace among humanity so that way we can. I mean, the more that we war with each other, guys, this is sending red flags up to the ETs. They're like, "Oh, I don't want anything to do with that, that crap." Those people are crazy. So, the more that we, stoke this stuff, even with, whatever, drones, personnel, weapons, things like that. It's just so ridiculous. Like, I don't think we should be involved at all. And of course, the Christians have a bit of a fetish with Israel too.
That's it. And send the migrants over there. Well, I don't know about that. Does the U.S. even involved in this? I mean, I think that there's a good, like, the guy that was the schizo in there. I mean, like, let's be honest. Did Trump say anything about, like, whether he knew this attack was going to happen or not? Because, like, if Trump comes out and says he didn't even know this shit was going to happen, I feel like that's pretty fucking big, man.
Okay, let me read you these announcements from Israel while keeping the video on the screen.
Okay, let's just hold there. So, whether Trump was informed or not, I have reason to believe that he was, because the Secretary of State, I believe it was Marco Rubio, he or his office put out a statement, a warning. It was basically to ask U.S. citizens to flee the area, to get out of the area, get out of the Middle East, because it was out of fears that it was going to be a hot zone pretty soon. It was going to go hot, it was going to go kinetic. So they kind of put out a travel warning to U.S. citizens, to kind of get out of there. So that leads me to believe that there was prior knowledge, there was prior warning. Trump knows about this stuff. I mean, as much as, he may or may not like it or approve of it, this is just what it is. Like, they have to tell them about stuff, about what they're doing. So, anyway.
This is from Israel.
Fucking big, man.
Video on the screen. This is from Israel's, from the IDF. The IDF says, this is Israeli announcement from 2 minutes ago, Israel says, the IDF has launched a preemptive strike to damage the Iranian nuclear program. Okay, this is coming from the Israeli military. They say the IDF has launched, the IDF spokesman announces that a short time ago, the IDF, under the guidance of the political echelon leadership, launched a precise and integrated preemptive strike based on high-quality intelligence with the aim of damaging the Iranian nuclear program and in response to the Iranian regime's ongoing aggression against Israel. Dozens of Air Force aircraft recently completed the opening strike, which included attacking dozens of military targets, including nuclear targets in various areas of Iran.
Wow.
The public must obey the Home Front Command's instructions, which will be updated
That's
as
scary.
needed, and act responsibly and patiently. The IDF and the relevant bodies are prepared for many scenarios in defense and attack as needed. For years, says the IDF, Iran has been directly and indirectly promoting terrorism against the state of Israel, financing and directing terrorist acts through its proxies throughout the Middle East, while advancing towards nuclear weapons.
Okay, so let's just stop there. So, one thing I wanted to note is whenever you hear talks about a strike to deter like the nuclear program that Iran has. So what does that mean exactly? That means that if they have like nuclear reactors, if they have anything that is currently going like nuclear that is being used as like a reactor or things like that, or just missile or just materials. So say they have a bunker full of uranium, or an underground kind of nuclear reactor. If they hit a reactor, that's going to spread radiation out. Now, they didn't exactly say that they hit a nuclear reactor. I'm just telling you what would happen then. Like, a nuclear reactor blowing up would not be good. Not be good at all. That would damage the surrounding area. I mean, I've heard of Chernobyl. So, yeah, it's crazy.
IDF says the Iranian regime is the primary perpetrator of all terrorist acts committed against the state of Israel since the beginning of the Iron Sword War, including arming and financing the Hamas terrorist organization responsible for the events of October 7th during the Iron Sword.
Yeah, so while I can also acknowledge that, that October 7th was very bad. It was horrific. It was awful, Nobody deserves that, to have, a bunch of terrorists murdering young people, and no matter who they are. Like, that's just an act of war, an act of aggression. And so while you have that event happening, it's like, of course Israel wanted to retaliate. Israel wanted justice, wanted revenge and stuff. So I can understand that, and I can understand them attacking them, since they were provoked. Now, this is a thing that goes back millennia. I mean, hundreds and thousands of years. I mean, who first owned the land and this and that. Oh my God, it's like Israelis and Palestinians and Arabs and Jews fighting. Like, yeah, it's never a good scenario and never a good situation. But all we can do is look at modern times. Like, I'm not here to say who is right, who is wrong, who deserves the land, who doesn't, all that crap. And, it's just, okay, things are the way they are. Just like it's just like Native Americans wanting their land back. Well, sorry, you're not gonna get it back. Okay? So things are the way that they are. And then let's look at the modern context. So who attacked who first? So if Israel did something and then Palestinians reacted and attacked them, okay, I'd say Israel is at fault. But this time, this was a planned event attack that was led by, the Hamas and backed by Iran. So yeah, I can see like the thing there. Israel wanting to attack Iran. And I'm like, yeah, if they want to do that, fine. I don't really care. Like if there was a direct connection that they saw that. The thing that I care about is just like other countries getting involved. Like, okay, two countries are having a skirmish, maybe three. Okay, why do we need to all get involved and support Israel and or Ukraine, or if this was Russia, if this was France, I'd be saying the same thing. Nope, don't get involved. So
War Iran terrorist organization responsible for the events of October 7th. During the Iron Sword War, Iran even attacked Israel directly twice, firing hundreds of missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles, drones into the country. The IDF continues. The Iranian regime has a stated goal of destroying the state of Israel.
Wow.
Senior Iranian regime officials declare this and are working to realize it with their envoys in the Middle East. Iran, says Israel, is today closer than ever to obtaining nuclear weapons. Weapons of mass destruction in the hands of the Iranian regime are a threat to the state of Israel and a significant threat to the entire world.
Oh, he's reading a different translation.
The state of Israel will not allow a regime whose goal is the destruction of the state of Israel to possess weapons of mass destruction. The IDF has been conducting a lengthy process of assessments and preparations for the campaign at the front and in the rear. Civilian resilience will be an important component of the campaign.
Why would it be World War III?
The IDF is prepared to continue to act as necessary. The state of Israel has a duty to act to protect its citizens and will continue to do so wherever required, as it has done in the past. The IDF is conducting an ongoing situation assessment and will update on any developments. So Israel announces it has launched a precise and integrative preemptive strike based on high-quality intelligence with the aim of damaging the Iranian nuclear program and in response to the Iran regime's ongoing aggression against Israel.
Man. Statement from Secretary Marco Rubio. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region.
Good. That's good. I like that. You know, I hope it stays that way. I hope, if two countries are at each other's throats, okay, fine, like, whatever. But for us to get involved, for us to, have... I mean, look at what's going on in Ukraine right now. Like, that's insane because of the US's involvement, we've protracted this huge, enormous war into, it's like the war was not going anywhere at first. Like, I mean, Russia had such an advantage, Russia was taking over, and then we got involved, and then, we started sending them arms and things like that, and then they got, then they needed more, more meat for the war machine. So they, instead of sending their, just their active duty military people, they started sending, elderly people. They started sending women out there to the front lines, males, older males. Like, nobody wants to see an 80-year-old guy, out there on the front lines battling. I mean, that's just gross. Like, who would put a gentleman like that at that risk? It's like, those people aren't fighting, aren't going to do well. They're basically facing instant death. So even though we have good, good intentions, good reasons for, for going, sending Ukraine, sending Israel arms and weapons and things like that, it really does more damage in the long run, because they will inevitably send more ill-equipped people, older people, women, to the front lines and they'll say, oh, we got enough weapons, just not enough hands to carry them. So then, that ends up being something really gross and really disgusting, which is, people who shouldn't be fighting. And, as a spiritual teacher, I'm like, I don't want to see anyone die. Not in war, not from any violence or anything like that. I think that's a really disgusting thing that we have to endure as humans. It's just like, why is this even a thing? We could have so much abundance and world peace, but instead we're here fighting each other over really stupid shit. It's just like, come on. It's like there's a better way. There's a better way to do things, We don't have to do all this. So, yeah, just really, really irritated by this whole situation, honestly. Let's see.
Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. Not involved in Marco Rubio. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. So,
Israel launched Operation Rising Lion.
Okay, Rising Lion. Good one. All right, let's watch it. Here we go. This came out. This literally just came out.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9.
That's a lot.
In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before, steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival. 80 years ago, the Jewish people were the victims of a Holocaust
Here we go again. Everybody has to compare everything to the H word, right?
Man. Like, I mean, I get it, right? I get it, but I mean,
perpetrated by the Nazi regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister, I've made it clear time and again, Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people.
Sure.
Soon, those missiles could carry a nuclear payload, threatening the lives not of hundreds, but of millions. Iran is gearing up to produce 10,000s of those ballistic missiles within 3 years. Now just imagine 10,000 tons of TNT landing on a country the size of New Jersey. This is an intolerable threat. It too must be stopped.
I feel like, in general, like, I mean, I sympathize with them, and I'm sure it's bad, but I also find it to be relatively distasteful that it seems like this is, like, you're structuring this and providing a frame of reference. It's almost like this address is for the American people to, like, get them on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, this guy's saying it, like, I mean, I'm just gonna read what you said because it's literally what I think. He's mentioning New Jersey and speaking in English to try to gain American sympathy and support. That's exactly what that's thank you for saying what I was trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Iran is now working on what it calls the new plan to destroy Israel. You see, the old plan failed. Iran and its proxies try to encircle Israel with a ring of fire and to attack us with the horrible attack of October.
This might be a stupid question, but, like, why does Iran want to destroy Israel so bad?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because they're Jews? I mean, is it there's no way.
Yeah, there's gotta be a better reason,
no
right?
No way. That's actually it, right? There's no way. No, there's gotta be another reason. No, guys, come on. That's it? No.
Jeez.
There's sub-reasons? It sounds silly, but it's a very valid question. I know. It's like, how do you have, like, this is like a fucking, like like Cartoon Network, another master plan to destroy Israel. Like, I mean, I bet probably, I don't know. Do a lot of Iranian people even get behind this? Or is it just their government? No.
I have no idea.
Oh my God.
October 7th. But the people...
Honestly, Iranians, I don't think they want this either. I wouldn't want, if I was up against another country with nukes, which Israel has, undoubtedly, like, I wouldn't want to be going to war with them. I'd be like, let's just leave them alone. I don't want to get nuked, it's like, jeez. But apparently, yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me. What does Iran have against Israel? I mean, maybe there's reasons. I mean, legitimate reasons. I don't know. But also, they haven't really attacked, like, a lot, like a major barrage that would potentially end Israel as a state. Like, they haven't done things like that, to my knowledge. Like targeted strikes and all that. Anyway.
People of...
No. Oh my God.
October 7th. But the people of
Another
Israel,
master
the
plan.
soldiers of Israel, rose like lions to defend our country. We crushed Hamas, we devastated Hezbollah, we hit Iranian proxies in Syria and Yemen. And when Iran directly attacked us twice last year, we struck back inside Iran itself.
Sure.
Yet in defending ourselves, we also defend others. We defend our Arab neighbors. They too have suffered from Iran's campaign of chaos and carnage. Our actions against Iran's proxy Hezbollah led to the establishment of a new government in Lebanon and the collapse of Assad's murderous regime in Syria. The peoples of those two countries now have a chance for a different future, a better future. So too do the brave people of Iran, and I have a message for them. Our fight is not with you. Our fight is with the brutal dictatorship that has oppressed you for 46 years. I believe that the day of your liberation is near. And when that happens, the great friendship between our two ancient peoples will flourish once again.
Surely this time. I mean, I think that there's a degree of that that's probably true. Like, I know that, like, it's mostly probably, like, it's wishful thinking, etc. But I think that there's probably a good, like, amount of people that probably feel this way in both countries.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to assure the civilized world, we will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America.
All right, I think we can all say we don't want that, nuclear terrorism or, yeah, that's not good. Not good. But also, show me the evidence. Show me the evidence that you have that says Iran is actively making nuclear weapons. Show me the evidence. I mean, it shouldn't be hard. I mean, you want me to trust you. I have a reason to be distrustful. So, why not just show the American people and the world this evidence, this highly credible intelligence that you have? Why not? Why not bring the case before the world so the world can, universally condemn Iran?
Remember, Iran calls Israel and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why for decades it's led millions in the chants of death to Israel and death to America. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America.
This is 100% done to get American support for sure. It definitely is.
Propaganda.
And I always wonder, and I don't know, right? But like how much of Iran's hate for America.
The thing is, folks, we don't need Israel. I mean, we want our own. I don't want anything bad to happen to Israel, to Iran, to, Palestine, to any human being, who lives in any of those countries. Any honest, decent human being, right? Have compassion for our fellow humans. But also, America has guns. America can defend itself, And before we blow up the world, why not pursue peace? Before the world ends, which is, it's going to one way or another, why not, try peace talks? Why not try to work on some diplomacy with each other rather than just resorting to, nukes and bombs and this and that?
I don't know, right? But like how much of Iran's hate for America is derived from our support of Israel?
Probably a lot.
Do they hate us because they hate us, or do they hate us because we're helping people that they hate? Right? Because I would say probably 100% of it, yeah, all of it basically. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that a lot of these questions, I don't think that there's really answers to them.
Yeah, I think if we were maybe minding our own business a little bit more, Iran would be like, I don't care, whatever. So, not that I'm defending Iran or anything, but it's just
I'm sure somebody who's more informed about this probably would have a better inference than I do, but I don't think anybody really knows what the answer to any of this is.
action will help make the
who
world
knows?
a much safer place. I want to thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again that Iran cannot have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice but to act, and act now. The hardest decision any leader has to make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago,
I think that's true.
facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time.
I think that Israel and like whatever their PR is need to realize that there's like a huge contingency of people that really don't like the expectation that Americans have some sort of, or like Westerners have some sort of original sin because they were, you know, like part of the same culture as the Nazis. And I think this is especially true with young people. Like the support for Israel is very much generational. There's a fun fact about Iran is that Islam is the fastest shrinking religion there, while Christianity is growing the fastest. Soon the government will no longer represent the people. Is that really true? Like, here, remind me about that after I finish this, because I'd love to look that up and find out the data for that. Let's finish the video, because I keep getting distracted.
Paralyzed by the horrors of World War I, they were determined to avoid war at all costs.
Yeah.
And they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy of appeasement. They closed their eyes and ears to all the warning signs. That failure to act resulted in World War II, the deadliest war in history. It claimed the lives of 60 million, including 6 million Jews, a third of my people. After that war, the Jewish people and the Jewish state vowed never again. Well, never again is now. Today, Israel has shown that we have learned the lessons of history. When enemies vow to destroy you, believe them. When enemies build weapons of mass death, stop them. As the Bible teaches us.
What are people saying? 271K? Oh, is that like the Holocaust denier number of Jews that got killed? Is that it? Yes, okay.
When someone comes to kill you, rise and act first. This is exactly what Israel has done today. We have risen like lions to defend ourselves. Over 3,000 years ago, Moses gave the people of Israel a message that has steeled their resolve ever since. Be strong and courageous, he said. Today, our strong and courageous soldiers and people stand together to defend ourselves against those who seek our destruction. And by defending ourselves, we defend many others, and we roll back a murderous tyranny. Generations from now, history will record that our generation stood its ground, acted in time, and secured our common future. May God bless Israel. May God bless the forces of civilization everywhere. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean...
Man.
I mean, they clearly... I mean, this message is for us, right? It's not for the people of Israel. It's for us.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm sure, you know, I don't know. I don't talk about politics all that much, but I mean, it's just so, you know, it's just...
Right?
I don't know. These wars that are going on bother me so much. Like, it's just very, like, upsetting to me. That we're still in the space where we're fighting each other, where, you know, we have to use violence against each other to, when we don't agree, things like this. It's just so, you know, it's like we still haven't gotten past it, even though, you know, I don't know, man. It's really really screwed up. We're really screwed up. I don't think we can peacefully make contact with ETs. I don't think we can, you know, really rise to the level that we can get to if we're still doing this, this crap. You know, apes with bombs, apes with guns, guns, and it's just like, why? What are we doing here? What are we accomplishing? Okay, you killed the guy. Okay, what does that do? You know, it's like, okay, we bombed Iran. Okay, what does that do? That just stokes up the hate. That just stokes up the fear. That just stokes up the division and it's just like, okay, you did this one thing. Now that's, you kicked the hornet's nest, and now you're really in trouble because they're now just going to fight you to the death no matter what. They will stop at nothing to hurt you, to destroy you, and you thought you were accomplishing something. You thought you were protecting yourself by taking that action, but you're actually just, you know, bringing upon you more pain and hurt. And it's just like, why are we doing this? And all I want, I don't, you know, on a spiritual level, I can say, yeah, I don't want any kind of violence. I don't want any war. Want world peace. Want us to like live together as normal humans beings without any problem. But like, obviously, there's still things needed work on, right? But also, as an American, like, I'm like, okay, well, if you guys want to destroy yourselves, by bombing the crap out of each other, fine by me. It's like, fine by me. I just don't want the U.S. government or U.S. military getting involved with that. It's just, okay, you two fight it out. I don't care. But oh no, God forbid we have to go in and be peacekeepers, be, whatever. Oh, we gotta go in and solve Israel's problems, and we have to go protect them and this and that. And it's just like, I get so tired of it after a while. It's just like, why are we doing this? What is this? What is this all for? And then the horrible stuff that that we've done to other countries. We've toppled regimes because, oh, he has weapons of mass destruction that are absolutely false. We should never been in Iraq. We all knew Pakistan was hiding bin Laden. We should have gone to Pakistan, and we should have done a limited strike there to remove bin Laden. Which we didn't even, I don't know, there's doubts about that too. So yeah, it's just like, why are we doing all this crap? Of course, 9/11 happened, Americans got angry and wanted to go FS up, right? Go bomb stuff, go mess stuff up, right? But what does that accomplish again? You can't go back and undo what happened. You're just literally perpetuating a cycle of, you get hurt, you hurt others, you get hurt, others hurt your back, you hurt others. It's just like this, and this is what karma is all about. It's just like this cycle, and until you snap and you go, oh wait, if I do this, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna repeat that cycle. Oh, I gotta stop and I gotta say, hey, I'm responsible here for my actions and what I do, and no matter, no amount of distraction, no amount of well, yeah, destruction, for lack of a better term, on YouTube, um, will ever make up for the pain and the loss that I'm feeling. Well, we can't say that because we're like, okay, I'm gonna go get that guy, I'm gonna go beat him up, I'm gonna go do this and that. Okay, great. What does that accomplish? Nothing. So, you know, it's just same old cycles. And guess who benefits from all these wars? That's right, defense contractors. You know, it's just like war is a racket. War is for profit. I mean, we're going and ending lives and, murdering people, maiming people, and it's all just for what? For money? For profit? Like, for oil? I'm just so over it. It's so ridiculous to me. No amount of violence is going to solve anything. So, this is a very third-dimensional mindset. Oh, he punches me, I'm gonna punch his back. And what does that solve? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Right? Alright, guys. That's it for me. Peace. I'll talk to you later. Maybe I'll upload this. We'll see. Alright, bye.